Alrighty then, good morning, good evening, good afternoon, and welcome one and all. My name's Michael, I'm the Dead Aussie Gamer. Welcome to Starfinder 2nd Edition, No Place Like Home. Joining me today are my wonderful Patreons who support the channel, keep the lights on, and let us do all these cool, crazy, and fun things here on the channel. Guys, say hello to the folks at home.
Hi!
Hello, everyone!
It is so good to see you guys. I cannot wait to start today's game. But before we do, we have some thanks to give out to those who have brought us here. First of all, a massive thank you to our sponsors who help keep the lights on and, basically make us look as good as we do. We have Hero Forge for the wonderful art you can see on screen here, Fantasy Grounds for our VTT that connects all of my players together, and, of course, Sirenscape for the beautiful ambience that will allow us to immerse ourselves in the session today. These great products for any table, whether it's online or in person, so go check them out. Links are in the description or in the chat there. We then also have our lovely Patreons who, due to their support, allow DAG to continue to play games and have fun. Every game that you play of any type of role-playing game, Pathfinder, Dungeons & Dragons, Starfinder, whatever the hell it happens to be, it is not the DM who is the master of the story, but the players and the characters that they embark upon the adventures with. So to tell you about themselves and the characters they're going to be playing, I'm going to turn it over to my players, starting with none other than Captain Gareth of the Morning Phoenix, played by our dear friend Cookie Steve.
Well, hello everybody, and I'm Steve, Cookie Steve, playing Gareth. He's a human. He's a Solarian. Somehow he's a captain. He's got a past being chased around by both law and the mob because, why do things by halves? His poor crew is going to, one day find out why they keep getting into these problems. But meanwhile, they take they take contracts, wander around, acquire things, and sometimes deliver them.
Well, singular. You've acquired a thing.
Well, I'm assuming that there's a history behind that.
Yeah. I mean, with this specific crew.
At least two things.
All right. Next up, we have Elowen, played by our amazing friend Cass.
Hello, everyone. Hi, I'm Cass. I am playing Elowen, the Morning Phoenix's chief medical officer. Half of a healer, really, if she would just get it together and lock in on healing. And she is on her Temperance, which is a self-actualization journey for people of the Kasatha culture, which Elowen is, as she was adopted into a Kasathic clan when she was a young child. She is she's just trying to make sure we all survive whatever shenanigans are coming. She's here. She's actually generally pretty happy to be here, all things considered, because she's learning shit she never would have learned staying on the world ship.
Fantastic! Next up, playing the role of the ship's engineer, we have Mercutio, played by the amazing Coreshift, aka Marcus.
Yes, hello, I am playing Mercutio. He is a former crusader from Galarian who was trapped in a teapot during his last excursion into the real world. That teapot has since found its way inside the chassis of a robot that he has somehow managed to figure out how to pilot, and so he serves as the engineer and is slowly regaining his paladin-ish powers very slowly, but his faith has not wavered anymore.
Nice. All right. Next up, the security officer aboard our vessel. We have the Skittermander soldier Medellin, played by the amazing Votaria.
Hi everyone, I am Vorteria, or Anna, and Madeline is a refugee from the Skittermander homeworld that had been taken over by the Vesk, a former Vesk's soldier, or soldier in the Vesk army, who heard something that she wasn't supposed to, and took off for better pastures. Still on the run, and had a little bit of a chip on her shoulder, but is now learning to take the stick out of her butt and get along with people.
Okay. Unfortunately, not joining us today is Matt from All Things Fantasy, who plays the role of Noir, the operative, a person who, through random circumstances, have ended up taking the same job as our heroes, and has decided to, with the death of their client, join forces in order to turn a profit of this otherwise disastrous turn of events, which was, of course, instigated by cousin to Carlina, a person by the name of Mandy. But yes, more on Carlina. Our Pathra mechanic is none other than the incredible and amazing Malakisa.
Hello. So yes, I am Malakisa, and I play Carlina, who is a Patra guardian, who is very big on family, both her actual blood family, like Mandy, who unfortunately just blew up, and that was very sad because she really, really, really wanted to save him. And her found family, Gareth, her captain, and everyone else on her ship, because she will do anything, including put herself in harm's way, to save them. Even if it means jumping in front of them and doing something stupid, or, yeah. Like the very stupid thing I'm pretty sure about that happened.
Borrowing parts of the life support system to build something else, and then making a
told me to get rid of it.
Part.
I mean, to be fair, to be fair, would you rather not have it?
Well,
Elle told me to get rid of the thing that was stuck on the ship, and she's the biologist, so clearly the thing needed to get off the side of the ship. I was doing what I was told. By the biologist, who knows what is going on.
Well, this is true.
Yeah.
And Garrett's just...
Elle was not specific.
Look, Garrett is just whinging. He's, what you should actually say is, if you wanted better parts for the ship, you should buy them.
There we go.
Yep.
He keeps assigning his engineering crew to go and buy some parts, but they don't.
Yeah, but you don't give him money, do you?
Yeah, I need money.
Well,
I buy as many parts as I can.
Well, there you go. There you go. All right. Well, with that in mind, the unity of our crew aside, we have one last person to thank for today's stream before we begin, and that is, of course, our lovely audience members. Guys, thank you for being here, giving us your time of day, and coming and joining us in this spacefaring adventure. As such, we invite you behind the GM screen in order to have a little bit of fun with us and play along. We have a number of different ways you can interact with the stream. First of all, channel points can be used at any point in time to influence the game with insight bonuses, wandering bosses, wandering monsters, divine intervention, divine healing, so many cool things. Check those out. Those are amazing. And subscribers, you earn channel points a little quicker. So if you're not subscribed, consider subscribing, because there are tons and tons and tons of stuff that we have for every session. But those of you who have the ability to and wish to contribute to the DAG survival check for the month, which covers my books, my subscriptions, my mortgage, my freaking, day-to-day life kind of thing, solid food, then yes, you can, of course, donate to these following donations. All proceeds go towards the DAG survival check, and if we manage to hit the 1,500 mark, we are going to have a poll in the Discord for a variety of different options for a special stream to be broadcast as a reward for the DAG survival check. This could be a one-shot, this could be a DAG plays, this could be a fitness stream, an advice video, a whole bunch of different stuff. Basically we'll be talking about what we can do and what we've got here. I do have an interesting idea for next month's reward stream. So if we do have a good month this month and we enjoy the reward streams and stuff, it'll become a permanent feature. So yeah, because I want us to work towards something and then give something back if we do hit that survival check. But yeah, anyway. We then have the following rewards for monetary donations. We have $5 for hero points and jinx points. Hero points are red marks, jinx points are purple marks. Hero points can be used to stave off death, petition the DM for stuff that isn't in the rules and roll with advantage. Jinx points can be used to counter hero points, make bad guys roll with advantage and complicate things. For $10, I will draw from a deck of plot twists, which have narrative prompts. I will then insert said narrative prompt using my improv skills into the game as we are playing. We then have our other $10 reward, which is a draw from the infamous Harrow deck, which is a deck of fortune-telling cards. I will read out the prophecy chosen by one of my players, and that prophecy will be able to be used by my players with GM powers to make the prophecy come true. For $20, you can give someone the coveted golden natural 20, because sometimes shit just needs to work, and that's just how it goes. $50 is a boss buff, where we increase the difficulty of a challenge, making it more harder, faster, stronger, changing the parameters of victory, changing the terrain, adding complications. Whatever it is we do, we make the fight harder, but in the rewards for our heroes doing so and defeating the challenge, they will gain a magic item. And the $100 secret menu item for today, we are going to be throwing our heroes into the midst of, well, they're currently in deep space, about to go on about to figure out some stuff that's going on. But of course, our heroes aren't alone in this great big vast. The Vescarium Empire is still searching for those people who had broken the no salvaging rule and invaded the Knights of Galarian ship a little earlier than they expected. They have since broadcasted the ident of the ships that were involved in the incident, and there is, of course, a few noteworthy bounty hunters, police officers, and the like willing to go into the vast in order to go and pick up the trail of those who are doing this. For the $100 secret menu item, we shall see the return and the immediate attacking of our lovely heroes at the hands of none other than the Steward Commander, whose name is, let's have a look here, whose name is
the one that Gareth
Sergeant
knows?
Kalos. This individual here. Boom, there he is. We will see the return of Sergeant Kalos, who will be hot on our hero's trail pretty much from the get-go. That'll be it. So yeah, that's our secret menu item. Now, we do have a couple of donations here to process real quick. We have a $50 donation from our dear friend Adam. Adam, you bloody legend, you. The team looks like they need some hero points, eh? All right, let's see. What's that? Okay, so where do you want to allocate your hero points? 2 hero points for Gareth.
Gareth L. Merc. Yep.
Yeah. Okay, so let's go through this. So 2 hero points for Gareth. 2 hero points for L. Let's see, 2 hero points for Merc. And 2 hero points for Medellin. We then have a plot twist to round it out. So let's also draw that random plot twist here. Our plot twist is... okay, that's an interesting one. We have... I'm just thinking about it. All right, the worst day ever. The worst day ever is an interesting one because I feel like we're already kind of there. So I'm going to do a redraw on that just because I feel like it's an easy one with Carlina having very recently lost Mandy to hit that one. So let's do that again. We got, what's this one? Pride. Pride is our next one here. So, all right, we can go with Pride for our random draw on that one. So thank you to Adam for that. We then also have a $20 donation from our dear friend Schoolie. Due to Be Kind this time, single hero point to the 4 that do not have one. So that is Gareth, Medellin, Mercutio, and Elowin for that. which brings us up to 3 for everyone, I think. Except for Noir, who obviously isn't here today.
Thank you.
All right, there we go. Done and done. Yeah, like I said, the first draw, worst day ever, kind of funny and definitely a good one. But I think we're gonna hit that anyway with Carlina. So that one's a freebie, and we'll also have Pride thrown in as well. So there you go. There we go. Yep, that's pretty much it. It's Adam forever. I don't care if it says Admiral. It's Adam. You can correct me till you blue in the face. Won't change a thing. All right. Because the funny thing is his name isn't even Adam. All right. I think also remember, also for those of you who aren't as old in this stream as they could be, I used to have an editor for my channel. There used to be someone who used to edit my videos and do stuff like that, and his name was Eddie. I called him Eddie till from the moment I met him till the day we went our separate ways. Yeah, not in a bad way. Me and Eddie are still friends. Like we just he's busy with his graphic design job and I'm busy with here. We still are very, very friendly and stuff like that. But his name was Ben. I called him Eddie forever. I still call him Eddie. He doesn't work for me. So there you go. All right, Family IT Guy with another donation. A Jinx point for Dag and a Nat 20 for Gareth. Look at that. Jesus, guys, you guys are coming out of the woodworks here. We are at 85% of our goal for the month. So thank you so much to everyone who's been donating and who's been helping us with that. Yeah, that's amazing. Jesus. Okay, hold on. There we go. We got that for Gareth. All right, done. Okay, there we go. All right, I think we're done. I think we're ready. So, without any further ado, we begin in an explosion as a huge crash erupts from all around our variety of different spacecraft. A huge cacophony of fire and debris that is now flying across the endless void of space, hitting not only the Morning Phoenix, which of course is currently being piloted by Gareth, but also a smaller vessel that is... wasn't Mally in a smaller vessel?
No. Well, Mally is in the one that she was in with I just blanked on his name. Manny. Expo is running the Morning Phoenix.
The only two on the Phoenix.
And we're in the
you're in the Midnight Falcon. That's right. Yes. Yep. You guys are in the Midnight Falcon. Expo is in the Morning Phoenix, and Mally is in Mandy's ship, as our heroes had finally managed to reconvene, but in that moment in which they had done so, unfortunately, Mandy managed to get to the escape pod, realizing that they had been infected by the worms that he had dreaded. Carlina, having confirmed the infection, had no time to even say a proper farewell before Mandy ejected himself and detonated his escape pod. In the subsuing explosion, all 3 vessels failed their piloting check and are sent careening in various directions. Now, as the explosion hits, we are going to see what the damage is like. So, I need a piloting check from Expo, Gareth, and Carlina.
Piloting.
Yes, indeed. All right, there we go.
Yes! Hooray!
Okay. Now, the DC for this is 19, so Gareth and Expo both managed to recover the ship's balance fairly well, but Mandy, you are distracted, barely able to process what you've seen before your ship begins to turn. I need you to now roll me a percentage check, please, as the explosion washes over Mandy's ship. All right, unfortunately, that is a sizable blow, and the shields are not up. Bits of the wing are blown apart, the entire underside stripped bare. I need to roll a percentage now and hopefully get higher. I do not. All right, there is a hull breach. Immediately, the explosive decompression begins inside of Mandy's ship as you are being pulled away from the console. Mally, what would you like to do as Carlina is slowly being sucked out into space?
Is there anything that I can do suit-wise to survive?
So every suit is equipped with a small sort of self-contained, like, spacesuit, decompression, yada yada yada. It will last for a number of hours equal to your level. So right now you've got 4 hours of charge on your suit, which means you can survive in space for about 4 hours.
Is there something that I can grab on my way out the ship that could increase the time?
Like, I'm open to the ideas if you can give me a suggestion.
Like, would I need a battery? Would I need an oxygen tank?
You would need a battery. Because I mean, the way that they describe it, sorry, this is just me Pathfinder ruling. The way they describe it is that's the charge / the battery of your suit. And when that runs out, then that's when it, kaputskis.
Okay, so my thought process is, I know I'm gonna get sucked out. It's explosive decompression in a ship that I'm out.
It's quite explosive, yes.
So my final goal is to, the force is gonna carry me into space and inertia is gonna keep me moving. Mm-hmm. I would like to try to get myself oriented in a way that I will go towards one of the ships. And I want to try to grab a battery on my way out, so at least I'm headed in the direction of the other two ships.
All right, that is going to take you 2 hero points for this. 1, mostly because, as you can imagine, explosive decompression is quite explosive. And generally speaking, people don't leave their batteries loose on a counter for you to just sort of grab in a moment of explosion. However, with a hero point, I would say that you'd be able to quickly grab onto something and then try to decouple it from wherever it happens to be. It won't necessarily be a ship power core, as one would normally suggest, but maybe a small, like, makeshift battery from a lamp or a office bit of supply or whatever. It won't help you for long, but it'll maybe add an hour or 2 to your suit. The second is, as I have mentioned before, you have no control over the ship. Right now, you are moving in a 360-degree off-kilter thing. To aim anywhere near one of these ships will take a hero point. So I will happily accept however many hero points you want to donate towards that, but that is on you.
Yeah, I will donate both of those.
Okay, cool. Then that'll increase your survivability for that. So hero point number 1, hero point number 2. Okay, as you are blown out, you reach up and you immediately grab onto a desk lamp. It holds for a few moments before ripping free and launching you into space. Amongst the spinning and twirling, you kind of notice and you could see 2 of the other ships. I would like for you to roll me a percentage, please. That's not great. Okay, so I would like you to roll me a second percentage, please. It's even worse. All right.
My turn to be Garrett.
Well, unfortunately, your wish does come true. You do fly towards the ship. However, you're flying towards the Morning Phoenix. The trouble is that with everyone off kilter and everyone sort of spinning out of control and everyone focused on recorrections, Carlina, you find yourself heading directly towards the firing engines as you are being launched directly towards that with your 6%, unfortunately.
There we go. Yeah.
All right. You do not have long. You are spinning. You are unable to gain your bearings. You are basically in a off-kilter free fall towards the ship, whose engines are now facing you. Now, these things are they're not. It's not a heat thing. It's not a fire thing. It's not like it's blasting heat out of a turbine. What it's doing is it's shooting out these plasma-based compression blasts over and over and over again. What they will effectively do is they will turn anything inside of a spacesuit into soup, because of the sheer amount of concussion that'll run through the liquid in your body. Basically, yeah, again, like I said, puttifying any of your bones and organs and stuff like that. Basically, you'll only be held together by the spacesuit you're wearing. You have but few moments as you are going through the black of space to do something about this.
Do I have any kind of like firing rockets on my ship or on my suit?
On your suit? What type of suit do you have?
I don't know.
Well, then you're naked and you died. No, you have, let's have a look. It looks as though you've got a basic swarm suit, a commercial swarm suit.
Yes.
So, no, it does not appear like you've got any kind of rocket boots or any kind of flight capabilities.
I really wish I had June's roller skates. Really wish I had those roller skates right about
They
now.
were very cool roller skates.
I mean,
They were very cool.
can I mention above the table
You may.
one possibility that Boyd was on the tractor beam because he was the one who grabbed Mandy's escape pod?
Yes, very true, but that is where the tractor beam currently is pointed.
I know. Where I was going to go was, would there be a possibility of like volunteering a hero point or something that he might actually notice?
Let's see if there's anything Carlina would like to do first, and then if we're out of ideas, I'm happy to explore that one. Yes.
Let me roll intelligence and see if I can come up with anything with my intelligence roll.
By all means.
I am not smart.
8 is not. 8 is not smart. Remember, intelligence in general, much like any of the other stats, only really goes up from like 1 to 5 throughout your entire career. So the bonus is never really that high. 8 is pretty average. 10 is average. 8 is a little below average, should I say? With an 8. You realize one thing, and probably a very simplistic thing, and that is you can't solve all your problems on your own.
I'm gonna get on the comm links and yell, "Help! Someone help! I got sucked out of the ship!"
Who are you yelling it to?
It's an open comm link.
It is, but if everyone is trying to help you simultaneously, then potentially you're going to miss out on the opportunity of getting the person who you want to help you or the people you need to do something to be the ones helping. So, my advice here, you are heading towards the Morning Phoenix. I would aim in that direction.
I'm gonna aim it for the Morning Phoenix. Yeah.
Good call. All right. As you aim towards the Morning Phoenix, calling for help, you immediately are responded to by Expo, who turns around and says, "Carlina, I found you again. I'm very good at this."
Expo, I need help. Move the ship. Change where the engines are. Do something. I'm flying directly towards the engines.
Flying directly towards the engines is a safety hazard. If you do so, you will void the warranty on your spacesuit.
Yeah, get Boyd.
Getting Boyd! Expo flies away from the bridge and begins to make his way towards Boyd, who's on the tractor beam. Now, bear in mind, you realize you can just call Boyd.
I'm not gonna call Boyd. Boyd! Help me out! I am flying directly towards the engines. Can you tractor beam me in?
No, look, I heard. I'm trying to get my bearings on where you are. I need you to make some sort of signal. Flash a light. Give me something to look at here.
Do I have any lights on my ship? Or on my suit?
You do have a flashlight?
I'm gonna turn that sucker on.
All right. As you turn that on, the rest of you, now those of you on the Twilight Falcon, can see. You can see them sort of spinning towards the engines of the ship. Boyd can't control the ship and its motion, but he can activate the tractor beam. Gareth, is there anything you would like to do aboard the Twilight Falcon while this is going on?
His little brain overpowered goes into overdrive going, is there anything he can do? Like, can he,
Yes, you can.
does he have enough control? Is there enough control to intercept Carlina?
There is, but if you intercept Carlina, she would splatter like a bug in a windshield at the velocity in which she's traveling. But what you could do is ever so gently pilot your ship to nudge the Morning Phoenix to enter a rotation so Carlina's not heading directly into the engines. This will require some finesse and some expert piloting for you to do so. Failure, and of course you're going to just ram your own ship.
That's okay. He's confident.
Okay. You line up the Twilight Falcon and you begin to move upon your own ship as you make a piloting check. $17. All right, those aboard the Twilight Falcon. Anyone want to offer any kind of assistance or aid to this piloting check?
Madeline will?
Yes. Okay, Madeline go first. Madeline go first.
Well, the question is what would you like to do in order to assist?
Let's see.
By the way, while we're deciding and thinking about what we want to do, there's a company that makes tea here in Australia. Really, really good tea. It's called T2. And I found that they do a tea called creme brulee, which is absolutely amazing. It's a very nice, gentle green tea, black tea, which is, quite strong and bitter, but the smell is literally like uncannily like creme brulee. Like it even has that slightly burnt smell too, which is awesome. Just wanted to share that.
Okay, so Madeline has low light vision. She is going to use the low light vision to look outside and guide Gareth in which directions he should go.
Okay.
Because it's kind of darker in space.
It's dark in space, so just to be clear so there's no confusion later, low light vision doesn't do that. That would be dark vision. Which of course won't really apply in this case because there are lights on both the ship and Madeline, so you can see both clearly. Both of you can see both clearly, but you can offer some measure to guide him. Of course, make a piloting check. Madeline is unfortunately of no help. Astronavigation is not your strong suit, and you end up pointing at the window going, over there, no, more to that side, no, the other that side. Yes, of no help for
Follow
that
my
one.
instructions, Gareth!
And Medlin's like kind of jumping on the panel as well, which is also kind of blocking Gareth's vision.
Your left. No, your other left.
There is no left. We're in space.
Look, which one makes the L, Garrett?
Jesus.
All right, Mercutio and Elowen, you have a chance to do something if you'd like.
Marcus, you got anything? Because I have something. But if you want to go first.
I mean, I have something. Doesn't mean
I'm
it's gonna be
gonna veto this just for Cass's benefit. Cass, you're very polite.
Okay.
Now shut the fuck up and just come up with your plan and do the thing.
Okay. So, I would like to, I would like to argue for using Elowen's Mystic Bond, which gives her the general direction and distance of all her companions and anyone she is bonded with.
Mm-hmm.
General distance and direction. I would like for Elowen to be able to use that to mayhaps make a perception check to make sure that when we nudge the ship, we're not accidentally nudging it into Carlina.
I like that. All right. Cool. You'll get an additional +1 on the assist. If you make the assist, make a perception check for this one as you tap into your abilities as your mind reaches out and you can pinpoint Carlina, you pinpoint Boyd, you pinpoint yourselves, and you can now coordinate the angles of all 3 ships, at least to the best of your ability.
Okay. Oh no. Can I hero point that?
Sure.
Thank you. Oh, and I need to add the +1. Hold on. Watcha. And then do perception. Kacha! No! Oh. No! No! Oh my god, I
20.
I do. Dag, am I allowed to burn my nat 20 on this?
You can if you'd like to. Would you like to burn your nat 20?
I would. I would burn my nat 20.
Someone just did an inspiration.
Unfortunately, inspiration is always
and Adam did a divine?
Okay.
Divine?
All right. In which case, so just to be clear, divine interventions are the only reward that retroactively lets you reroll. Inspiration gives the next roll you have at advantage, which means that without spending your natural 20, actually even without spending your hero point here, I'll even give you back your hero point here for that. You get to roll again at advantage, thanks to both Dead Like Me and Adam.
Thank you both. And still with that +1 modifier on top?
Yes, with the +1 modifier.
All right.
Yep.
Come on. Hika! Oh my Jesus. Oh, that didn't even roll. Okay, cool. Let's try that again. Hiya! Yes!
Well, you're back to 14.
You get one more.
And don't forget, this is at advantage
have-
because Dead Like Me donated the inspiration as well. So
Yes.
you do get one more roll.
Okay. I get one more. Come on. I'm about to put these damn dice into digital dice jail. Cha! Maybe. Yay!
All right. With a critical success, it is very, very hard. You kind of like cast your mind out, but trying to focus on so many different things at the same time. Your nose begins to bleed a little as you're, really stretching your powers as far as you can. And with some instructions given to Gareth and a few instructions given to Boyd, Boyd braces for impact as Gareth, you just narrowly make the DC to nudge the ship. This then moves the engines away from Carlina, which is still fine, but Carlina still threatens to splatter at speed off the hull if Boyd cannot catch them. Boyd begins to prepare to use the tractor beam. Oh no. All right, Carlina, I need an acrobatics check from you in order to try and restore your balance and find your way into the tractor beam. That's sort of like, he's basically trying to track you. He's washing it around your area, and you need to try and juggle your way into the path so that he can lock onto you.
Okay. We can't do athletics.
No, it is acrobatics, unfortunately. But that is fine, as you manage to tumble your way into the path of the light just in time, and Boyd, with reflexes like a cat, slams his hand down and locks in on you. As it does so, you begin to stop moving as it stops your rotation and begins to pull you in. At this point in time, the Morning Phoenix is now in kind of like a slow spin, but the danger has passed.
I'm immediately going to get on the comm. Guys, I need you to not come over to the Morning Phoenix or something. I need to be in quarantine, and potentially Boyd needs to be in quarantine. Although maybe Boyd and I need to go over to the other ship. I'm not sure. So the whole worm thing, Mandy was on.
Why the fuck do I need to be in quarantine?
Yeah, Boyd. I'm gonna look at Boyd because I never took Mandy's glasses off. Does Boyd
you're also still outside the ship.
Oh, okay, so I can't tell. I'm infected with worms, and Boyd, I think you have worms.
The tractor beam switches off.
Am I
I
on
got
the ship?
medication for
No.
that, you know?
No, you jumped the gun a little bit there. Yeah, he will turn off the tractor beam as soon as you say, "Sorry, infected by worms, huh?" Okay, click. And then, but you're no longer flying towards the ship. You're now just sort of hovering in space as he's going, "Ha ha, ha, no."
Oh
It's
no.
fine.
Ah.
Yeah, Boyd, I think we got infected by worms when that big, cute, scary worm thing made those clones of us. I'm definitely infected, and you are also probably infected. So, Elle, we need to figure out how to make the worms not be in us anymore.
Oh, Carlina. Yep. Okay, cool. Gareth, what are you doing as you hear this over the comms?
He's actually docking with the Morning Phoenix.
Well, okay. I more mean, what do you say in the immediate? Because something's about to happen.
It's
Oh, no.
it's Carlina. We all need to be checked. We can't do that if Elle isn't on board. We will deal with
Okay.
this.
We'll stay out
Boyd, can you
here.
bring her in?
So as that happens, the engines fire up on the Morning Phoenix. As Gareth, you're trying to dock, which is unusual. You shouldn't be, they shouldn't be firing up their engines. The Morning Phoenix lurches forward and then takes off.
Well, shit. It's popped into the drift drive? Or drift?
I don't know. I didn't decide that. Okay, hold on.
Oh no! Why did you?
No, it did not use the drift drive.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
So it's you kind of see its bearings and you see its trail as it heads off. But yes, unfortunately, what happens on the ship as Carlina informs Boyd that he is infected by worms is he immediately begins to panic, believes that he would then be quarantined and likely purged, and has decided to make a break for it before that all happens. And has taken control of the Morning Phoenix and bailed because he failed his will save.
Oh dear. Well, at this point, we're going to try and pick up Carlina.
Not too
Our
difficult.
little ship.
Yep, not too difficult. You can move your airlock in position as you have Carlina get aboard the Twilight Falcon.
Okay. Isn't it the Midnight Falcon?
Midnight Falcon, sorry. Midnight
Midnight Falcon.
It is the Midnight Falcon.
It's okay. I know we kept bouncing back and forth on Twilight Midnight, and
We did.
We know what is meant either way.
yeah.
It's an
Okay.
word.
And at that point, it's like it's going to be okay. Everybody, we're going after the ship.
Well, here's the first important question. Before we jump again, we need to stop skipping a little bit too far ahead in our stories, and we need to take those moments, you know. So as Carlina docks into your airlock, having told you that she is potentially quite infected and needs to be quarantined, what's your mode of what's your mode of operations here? What are you going to be doing here, Gareth?
Well, I mean, at this point in time,
You've picked up a potential
made the comment.
contagion that may infect your entire crew.
This is true. However, as I recall, we already know that Elowen also has worms.
It's true.
And so the cold hard reality is everybody is already
Potentially
exposed
infected.
and at risk.
True.
And except for Merc, who is conveniently in the electronics and the teapot form, so he's safe. And it's going to be so it's like Carlina, when Carlina comes in, it's like seal up. Good to have you back, Carlina. We need to get our ship back. How do you know you're infected? Did Mandy tell you?
I have Mandy's glasses, and they actually show if you're infected, and I am infected. And the only way I could have been infected, I think, was when we were outside and we got hit by that thing that made the clones of us.
Okay. Can you take a look at Elowen and the rest of us?
I'm gonna look at everybody who is infected.
All right. Medlin, as you cast a gaze over their person, is not infected. Mercutio's teapot is also not infected.
The teapot
Gareth
is not
Yeah.
is not infected.
Gareth, you're safe.
And Elowen is not infected.
I thought that
We-
during
yeah,
the
Elle
mushroom
was
thing we had already confirmed that
definitively
Elle is
No.
infected.
We did. You're absolutely right.
Huh.
Nobody
Did
shares
the worms leave her?
with the glasses. Just me.
The worms do not appear to be inside of Elowen.
Oh dear. You're checking Noir?
Checking Noir. Noir is not infected.
I'm only
Oh,
seeing parts of
gosh,
me.
It looks like Carlina was eating that half-cooked pork from earlier.
Carlina, just to make sure that the glasses are working, you take a gaze back at your own hands. You are still very infected. Elowen, you are surprised to hear you're not infected.
Why did you...
Elowen is concerned about that because that means
Are you gonna say
something
something?
changed. Yes, I'm working through her inner thoughts and then she will communicate. So it's like a quick flash of, oh, that's not good. That means it moved. Like you would think she would be relieved, but no, she is concerned because that means she doesn't know how it moves. And she needs to understand how it moves. That's why she took a sample to begin with.
Now,
And
one thing you do remember is when you first encountered the worms, there were invisible creatures that were comprised of a conglomeration of these worms. Which for you could be another evolutionary stage in their biology. Basically creating the worms to gestate, then transform into whatever that invisible predator form is, spreading itself through that point.
Yeah, so that's gonna come to Elle, and she's gonna verbalize that and go, just because it's not seen doesn't mean it's still there. If Mandy can only see the first stage, if the glasses can only see the first stage, that's not good. Do we know if, and she's saying this out loud to the party, because we haven't really explored the Midnight Falcon yet. I need to see if there's a medical contingent, anything on the ship where I can look everybody over.
Maybe they also have a short lifespan? Could they be dead?
I would have been infected way longer than anybody else because I got infected before we ever found the Knights of Galarian ship. So they've been reproducing much longer in me. So maybe the glasses can only see a later stage.
Elwyn nods as Carlina says that and goes, that's another option, and that's just as concerning. And she's gonna go, originally, we were gonna have Merc help me with this, but let's see what we have so I can figure this out, because this is bad news. So she's gonna kind of look around and see, because she knows this is a smaller ship. She knows she doesn't have access to her standard medical bay. So she's trying to see like the lay of the land and what resources she has on this smaller ship.
Taking a look around, there is a small medical treatment table. It's more for diagnostic than anything else. Doesn't really have too much in the way of treatment facility like the Morning Phoenix does. You could do some basically treat it like a healer's kit. You've got some basic stuff that you can do here, but that's about it.
Oh, boy, howdy. Elwyn is like, as she's looking at this, she would normally try to not show this, and she's still reining it into a pretty great degree, but there is this moment of like this, not defeat necessarily, but this like frustration of, oh, what do I do? As she's still looking, and she's in her head trying to sort out her options with the limited resources she has.
Elle, is there anything that we need to do to try and keep the infection to Carlina and keep us uninfected now? Because we need to protect us, and we need to get our ship back, and we need to get your proper medbay back.
Yeah.
What do we have to do right now?
So, as far as what you can do, Carlina's worms potentially do pose a bit of a threat. However, Carlina's been traveling with you for a little while now. There must be some parameters that need to be met for these worms to go from one form into another. Carlina, at the time being, it would be better not to agitate any of the invasive species that happen to be in her body, but they do need to be removed, likely when they're on the Morning Phoenix. Generally speaking, basic hygiene. Wash your hands, try to minimize physical contact with Carlina as best as possible, and if Carlina continues to wear the goggles and sees any changes in their biome for their worm stuff, probably let people know. In the meantime, however, you're going to be working on a vaccine, something that can be used in order to try and flush out and kill these worms based on the samples you've already collected. Clearly, if they've been in your body and left, it could be that there's even a marker in your body that might serve as a cure, potentially. So, worth checking out, but this will be a long-term type thing. In the meantime, Gareth, you plot a course to follow after your vessel after it had taken off. Like I said, they didn't use the drift drive, which means you can track it. Mercutio, if you would like to, I would like for you to make a computing check just to see if we can reach out and connect with the ship systems on the Morning Phoenix as you're tracking it. In the meantime, however, let's take a quick moment to welcome in the Raiders from Slumbering Lullaby and MTV Extreme. Guys, double raid. Thank you so much for coming and joining us in. For those of you who don't know who I am, my name is Michael. I'm the Dead Aussie Gamer. This is my place. This is my face. We play role-playing games here, mostly Pathfinder. Thank you for joining us and bringing your community here. These are my wonderful and amazing Patreons. They come and join me on my table and help me do all of these cool, fun game stuff. To let you guys know what the story is thus far, Starfinder is a spacefaring fantasy adventure set in, well, pretty much this incredible bit of space known as the Desnan Path. Our heroes are a group of privateers who are currently chasing after their own ship. Well, what seemed to have happened is Carlina, our Pathra mechanic, has been infected by an alien species of worms. These worms are parasitic in nature and have invaded their body, and they believe that they were infected at the same time as our ship's I guess intern is the best way to describe him, named Boyd. In a moment of panic, Boyd decided that he is not going to be purged or killed or wiped out for having these worms, so he has commandeered their vessel and flown off. Gareth, Elwyn, Mercutio, Medlin, and Carlina, who are currently aboard their secondary ship, a smaller kind of like recreational ship known as the Midnight Falcon, is currently in hot pursuit of the of Boyd and their vessel, but they're kind of also still worried about Carlina and their infestation. So yeah, that's pretty much what's happening. If you have any questions, don't hesitate to ask or anything like that. And yeah, if you just chill, relax, unwind. If you need to go and decompress after your stream, by all means, let us know how your stream went, what you guys were up to. Pathfinder, Starfinder is your TTRPG of choice. Nice. Yep, same. Absolutely. 100%. Everyone calls me the Pathfinder guy because they're bastards. No, I've got a lot of my friends who actually have tags on their channel where it's like if you type in exclamation Pathfinder, it just says shut up, Dag. Fuckers. All right. So, Cookie / Gareth. What are your orders?
Well, you were having Marcus roll something.
Oh yes, Marcus, your computing check. That's what I was doing. Ha! With a 27. Yes, you can indeed establish communications and a direct line to the Morning Phoenix, Mercutio. As your ghostly robotic kind of systems infiltrate the Midnight Falcon, you connect to the Morning Phoenix.
Like the ship's computer systems, or just like
just the comm systems. If you tried, you could potentially travel across the signal and be in the Morning Phoenix. That is a possibility, but it does come at a risk.
I was going to ask if I could use my electric sheep to travel through the current, through like the.
You can, but it comes at a risk.
Of course, but you know me.
Mm-hmm. All right. Do you want to communicate that to the group before you head out?
I probably should. Yeah, that's something Merc would do. So yeah, he'll let the Merc, or he'll let the Merc, he'll let the group know his plan to hijack the signal waves and ride them into the ship to cut all things to the engine to stop Boyd from going any farther.
By the way, when someone generally speaks to the group, good for a response back. If, you know.
Are you sure that's not going to make him panic worse? I mean, I could just try to calm him and explain things. Boyd does typically like me most of the time.
And what if he doesn't? Well, he's in a really freaked out state right now. Yes, it will freak him out, but we cannot risk him either crashing our ship or permanently taking us and potentially infecting whoever else.
Elle's gonna like raise her glasses off her face like just and like pinch the bridge of her nose and just go.
I'll explain to him that you're working on a cure.
Yes, that would be appreciated.
Yeah, I believe me, I am not going to just stop the entire ship and not give him a heads up.
So, Merc, do you think you can stop the ship if you get in there?
I mean, I should be able to. I've stopped the ship before using the computer systems.
Okay. How much risk?
That is a good question, Dag. How much risk? Like, my soul being ripped apart?
More getting lost and not being found again. It's about your consciousness. If you lose the trail at any point at the beginning or the end, you'll not be able to continue forward, or you will not be able to return. And mechanically and effectively, you'll be dead, but your consciousness will just drift in space as a Zeitgeist ghost.
Fair enough. It's about a 80-20% chance that I succeed.
Can you ride a laser? Can we ping it with a laser? Can we?
If you wanted to, Carlina could potentially boost the signal on the ship, increasing his odds that should he lose his way, he'd be able to find this ship back because the signal is being expanded. Other than that, there's very little you could do to help this.
Okay.
I can do that.
That would be great, Carlina.
All right, Carlina, make a crafting check, and let's see how good of a beacon you can make.
I would like to use my one remaining hero point.
Very well. Hero point it is.
Oh my god.
Carlina, you're having a day. The unfortunately, with very little resources, the beacon you make offers a very, and I mean a very modest boost to the signal. The vast distance that needs to be traveled is, still quite daunting. So while the beacon is there and active, you're not sure how much it's going to help. But Mercutio, if you're ready, your ghost begins to enter into the computer. As your cybernetic data begins to travel along the signal, you launch yourself outwards in a single solitary ping that holds everything. Your consciousness, your thoughts, your feelings, everything is now compressed into this. Now, to succeed, I need 3 checks from you in order for you to reach your destination. The first check is a survival check. This is for you to navigate the many different, multiple, tiny signals that are pinging around.
There is an inspiration in play.
Yep, so you will get advantage.
Advantage at +0. Got it.
Good luck.
That's
an awesome start. Okay, with the boost that you have, plus your familiarity, don't worry about the 19. I'll clear that one. You do manage to find the trail. Now, the next step is you being able to hang on to it. The signal itself and traveling along it is like literally traveling across the thinnest of tight ropes. And for that, you need to maintain your composure and focus. I need a will save from you as you hold on to that signal. You razor focus down upon it.
It sat there on the 17. It sat there.
It sat there. Hero point, pretty please.
Oh my god.
You may hero point. That is not a problem.
I thought it was a 1. I misread the dice. So I was like, oh no.
All right. A 19. You do manage to hang on to that signal, and you travel far and like straight and true. You head directly along this path. Now, the final challenge. As you start to make your way, and thank you, Cookie, for the natural 20 for Mercutio.
Just in case.
As you make your way deeper into the void seems to stare back. You get this chill, this unease. You realize that the speed in which you're traveling via the signal, is it ever going to match the speed of the ship? Am I going to continually be traveling in this like vast distance? You try to accelerate, going as fast as you can, while at the same time marrying yourself to that tether. I need a computing check.
The thing that I'm the best at.
Oh, you don't say that.
You did that to yourself, Mara. You did that to
That
you.
was your own fault, and I have no sympathy for you on that one.
Marcus, oh God, why would you say that?
Hero point, pretty please.
Oh. You may hear a point. All right.
Just, Jesus.
Matt,
Oh, hey, what a turnaround. Okay, with a natural 20, you accelerate yourself, and as you do so, it's kind of like, imagine you're underwater in the dark, holding onto a rope as you're holding your breath and pulling yourself through a cave that is just getting narrower and narrower. That's the sensation Mercutio is having as he's following this signal. The signal, the further it gets, it feels more narrow, and you can't see the road up ahead. You're pulling as fast as you can. The breath you're holding seeming to cause every single bone and muscle and organ in your body to ache as you move and move and move until finally something is pulling you towards it. You feel that surge as you're no longer forcing yourself forward, but instead of being drawn in, and with a huge slamming, like this huge impact-like feeling, you slam directly into the ship's systems as lights begin to open up on the bridge panel, and you are now aboard the Morning Phoenix. There you can see Boyd is frantically beginning to look through a variety of different hospitable planets to within the region in order to try and find himself to a place to put down. Oh, come on. There has to be somewhere. Stupid freaking scanners. I knew this ship was a hunk of junk when I boarded it. No. Mm-hmm.
Merc will cut navigations.
All right. As you cut navigations, which you can do because you have access to the full system, Boyd looks around. What? No. What the hell? Exo, what just happened? Well, there I was, trying to find Carlina, you see, and then stupid fucking AI! You watch as he, like, one of his giant, like, robotic, like, assistant arms grabs hold of Expo and just kind of, like, pushes him, and Expo floats out the way. Whee! As he frantically tries to restore control of the ship to himself. Of the navigation systems. He does not. He is just frantically busying himself trying to figure out why he can't navigate. God damn it.
Merc is then going to speak through the intercom system on the ship. Boyd, just calm down.
What? Merc? What are you doing here? You what? Look, you don't understand. I can't. I'm not gonna die. I'm not gonna go down that way. It ain't gonna happen.
Nobody's going to do anything to you except Elle's going to try to cure you. That's it.
Make a diplomacy check.
Oh, God. You know, it doesn't ever matter how high my diplomacy is. I never roll good on this. Oh, well, maybe.
All right. With a 20. Look, I believe you, but at the same time, I mean, you gotta understand, I'm not one of the crew. I'm just a technician put here to do a job. Whether it's... If she can't cure me, you know what they do to people who are infected by alien life forms in the vast?
Boyd, do you know what people did to undead in my time?
Give them their own planet and society?
Yeah, I wish. I was hunted down by my brothers and sisters. I can assure you that if there was a way to cure that, we would have. Ella's smart. She is the smartest person that you and I both know. She will find a way to get rid of those worms. You just have to trust her like I do.
Boyd stops and begins to tap his foot. Well, what if you're wrong? Then what?
Well, if I'm wrong, then we're all gonna have to be on the run, because if you're infected, that means everybody else is too. We already know Carlina is.
But why would you do that? Why wouldn't you just vent Carlina and me and save yourselves?
You're right. You're not an official part of the crew, but you've been with us long enough that you're still one of us.
You watch as Boyd's eyes, the cybernetics begin to sort of flicker. He seems to have trouble comprehending your logic here, but your words speak true, and Elowin has on multiple occasions come through for the crew. He says, but won't they be mad I stole the ship?
Oh, I'm sure Garrett's gonna be pissed, but I mean, wouldn't you be pissed if someone stole your ship?
Yeah, I guess.
I can tell you what we found. Dirt from Galarian.
What?
That is what we've been sent after on that ship.
Oh, Mr. Glass isn't gonna like that.
Yeah, well, unfortunately we were attacked by some Vesk woman, and then on that planet back there, we were attacked by a shark that ripped open the thing.
That is so cool, but also, yeah, that's really bad. Yeah, I think maybe the captain is the least of my concerns right now. If Mr. Glass finds out that we saw it,
he's gonna have to fight. Well, that's a different problem for a different time.
Yeah. No, I think so.
Because
you see that his demeanor changes. Gareth is no longer the biggest thing he fears at that moment, and you actually recognize this, despite all of his cybernetic implants that help him suppress like his emotional outbursts and stuff like that. The stress of everything that's been happening is what kind of has driven him to this, his self-preservation, survival, and you see that trigger switch again. But instead of running away, he's now running towards Gareth. He reprogrammed, well, he doesn't have access to the nav systems. Presuming he says that he's going to go back to Gareth, you restore the nav system, and within the hour, Gareth, you can see the Morning Phoenix heading in your direction.
Yep.
We're going to fast forward about a half an hour of docking procedures and things like that. Carlina, you're taken to the med bay, and I presume Boyd is also, who is, by the way, as Carlina looks at him, very infected, pretty much in the same capacity that Carlina is. Both of them are locked in the med bay as the first thing that happens when you arrive. Mercutio, there is a spare body for you in your quarters here on the ship, meaning you now have a physical form to return to. And this is where we're going to continue. As I mentioned, about an hour or so after you have docked. The scene is yours.
So, at this point in time, Gareth is he's shut it down, and he is not moving. You know, they're keeping an eye on, or he wants to keep an eye on things, but he's not going back, and he's not going deeper into the vast. It's like we need to find out what it is, and he's going to say, "Hell, it's up to you. Can we go home?"
Is Gareth in the med bay with Elle and Boyd and Carlina at this point?
I'm assuming that they've got them locked. I'm assuming that we have them essentially quarantined as much as we can.
There is a quarantine area in your med bay, which currently they're in. So you are in the med bay with them, but they're both in like what is effectively a small rectangular cell. They're sharing that cell together. You don't have enough room for multiple cells, so Carlina and Boyd are kind of in the same room.
Yeah.
Elle's gonna take a breath and go, well, if I'm any good at what I do, I should be able to get this resolved enough for us to keep trucking. But
Don't worry, Elle, you got this. You're the best damn medic in the universe.
Elwyn literally looks at Merc and just puts a hand over her heart and goes, oh, thanks, buddy. And she's gonna go, depending on how this goes, Merc, I may need you on standby to help me with samples and stuff. Since you can't be infected, you're my best bet for a backup for if things go a little squirrely. But thank you for the vote of confidence.
Hey, just consider me extra surgical tools then.
Okay. And Gareth is going to look at Carlina and Boyd in the thing and go, guys, we're going to figure it out. And if we can't, well, I guess we're going to go find somewhere else, because we won't be going back.
Is there any way that through the security systems we can that Medellin can block off the med bay like some kind of force field barrier?
Well, currently Carlina and Boyd are locked in a quarantined cell. You could just use the blast doors to lock away Elwyn in the med bay as well, potentially.
Well, Merc's also
Okay,
there.
that way,
And
that way, the worms cannot infect the rest of us in the ship.
Sure, if you'd want to, you can do that.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay,
If Madeline
so
says it to Gareth,
yeah, Medellin is
If-
going to suggest that to Gareth.
it's like, it's that's the traditional approach, Medellin, and that makes sense. But there are friends, there are crew. If we can't get it out of them, we're not going back, no matter what. Because I won't.
I
do
understand. I understand, Captain, but at least while we're not going back and searching for another way, the rest of us aren't infected.
Well, we're not infected at the moment, and I don't know that it'll stop it. And it doesn't matter. It's a good idea, but if Elle needs our help in a hurry, I don't want to have to deal with the blast doors.
Your call, sir.
Okay. Elwyn, you have surprisingly little information about the infection. Carlina and Boyd seem to be unharmed. They don't seem to be any discomfort or any pain. Carlina, do you give the goggles to Elwyn?
Yeah.
All right.
If these will help. But I want that.
All right.
Please don't break.
Inspecting the two of them, Elowen, you can see that their bodies are riddled with these long strands, these white strands of these variety of different worms. As you can see them, they seem to just be infesting every organ, every part of the body, but they seem to be moving between the gaps. They don't seem to be eating or devouring, more replicating and creating space. Now, what you remember from the worms originally is that they can exist outside of the body. And more primarily, they seem to be able to exist outside of the body in space. The first thought that occurs to you is that if you expose both Carlina and Boyd to a vacuum, it may cause the worms to try and retreat, perhaps looking for other places to nest. If the worms leave the body, you can then potentially vent them, because of the vacuum, into a containment unit. However, this process is quite strenuous on Carlina and Boyd, because they'll have to turn off their suit protections and expose themselves to the vacuum.
Elowen will relay that information to them and go, not gonna lie, it's risky, but it's also probably one of the best options I have, and probably quicker than me trying to move them with surgical trickery. Carlina, do you consent to that, even with the strain and the risk?
Yeah, do whatever you need to, because if you can't get them out, I'm gonna airlock myself. I'm not putting you guys through any of this.
Boyd, do you consent?
Boyd is nervous, but he says that he's got enough cybernetic implants that, you know, his body should be able to take it.
Elowen nods and starts getting to work, setting up the procedure to vacuum them and try to get all that procedure done and figured.
Okay. It does not take long. A containment unit is placed, is ready, and obviously to avoid explosive decompression, the vacuum is done gradually. You are told, both Carlina and Boyd, to exhale. This way, the vacuum isn't going to be pulling air out of your lungs as it is removed. You just need to be able to hold your breath for 2 minutes through the entire procedure. And for that, Carlina, I need you and Boyd to make 3 fortitude saves. So, let's start with the first one. You exhale. A 22 is great. We love a 22. Boyd gets a 20. You start to feel the crushing pressure of the vacuum as it starts to pull in. Instinctively, you almost go to reach for your suit, but remember, you're not supposed to. Second fortitude save, as you feel your body groaning under the strain. Again, your body seems to hold out. Boyd seems to be struggling, but let's see if his cybernetics help him. They do not. Boyd coughs up a torrent of blood as his body is being crushed. Let's see how much damage he takes. All right, he takes 17 points of crushing damage. All right, third round. The vacuum is complete. Another fort save. Carlina, you, again, blood starts to pour from your ears and your nose. You shut your eyes, as does Boyd, as, he sort of is holding on. The two of you feel that crushing weight, and this is when you see something horrifying. The worms use every single orifice they can find in order to escape. They start to pour out of your mouth and your nose and wriggle completely free in this open space. It almost looks like snow that's just kind of like starting to blizzard inside. Elowin, you push the button for the compressed air to suddenly be ejected, as all of a sudden, bam, all of these worms get dragged into what looks to be a cylindrical container. You make sure that every single one of them goes in. Both Carlina and Boyd are sucked towards that opening, but the hole that you've provided isn't big enough for either of them to fit in, but they do slam hard against it. Both of them end up taking a little bit of damage here. All right, Boyd is not looking great. Carlina, you're okay for now, ish. Let's have a quick look here. Yeah, you're okay for now, I think.
For now.
For now, yeah.
For now.
All right. And then as soon as the last of the worms seem to be in the container, you seal it off, Elowin, and you are now reducing the compression. So another fortitude save, Carlina. As pressure is being restored. No oxygen yet. All right, the two of you manage to hold on, and another one, as you feel your body starting to once again be able to fill with air. You start to take some labored breaths. Again, you start to cough out a little bit, and one last fortitude save. All right, you manage to hold it together as air now flows into the room. Boyd, however, will pass out as he falls unconscious. He's not in life-threatening danger. He is injured, but he is just kind of like passed out from the sudden rush of oxygen and air and stuff. But Elowin, congratulations. You have successfully managed to extract the worms from your two companions. You now also have a container. It is a glass-sealed container filled with these wriggling worms.
Good job.
Elowin's gonna... Mert, can you help get Boyd onto one of the beds while I get Carlina inside, please? And she's gonna do that and get Carlina in and do like a once over to check for any, like, she can see like where the pressure is causing like bleeding and possibly bruising and things like that, but she's gonna do like a quick once over to make sure it's not anything deeper that she needs to like immediately go into full surgery or doctor mode.
No. Like I said, Carlina's body did manage, like, Carlina's a brute. They managed to brute force their way through this and, are relatively okay. Boyd, like I said, his systems, his cybernetic systems also kept him relatively intact. Some good R&R, and they'll be fine.
Well, Carlina, you are a trooper. And Boyd is too, and she feels a little bad that Boyd like passed out because Elle was under the impression that the cybernetics would like help him stay a little bit more upright. She's like, oh, that hypothesis didn't work out, but that's okay. He's still alive. Everybody's still alive. Yeah. And she takes a moment to just celebrate the fact that was risky, but they're still alive at the end of the day. Everybody is alive. The crew is fine.
Can I have Cousin Mandy's glasses back?
Oh, sure. Elle's gonna take them off and like respectfully like fold them down and hand them over.
Thank you. I'm gonna head back to my quarters. If you guys, if you need me, call me.
And if you need to talk, call me. You know where to find me.
Carlina's gonna head back to her quarters and curl up on her bed and curl up around the glasses.
All right, you do so. Okay. Meanwhile, Captain Gareth, hearing the news of your crew's successful procedure gives you a sigh of relief. You can't help but lean back in your chair and just feel this like weight off your shoulders. As you take that moment, you have a look at the object that is perched next to you. Noir is also here, but, you know, obviously with Matt not here, I don't want to speak on behalf of Noir. But between the two of you lays your prize. A jar, probably about maybe of, well, it's basically got about what's the weight? It's probably about got like 10 kilo. It's a 10 kilo container of just random dirt. Now, Mercutio has said multiple times that he believes it to be dirt from Galarian. Part of you wonders if that's true or not. It was definitely valued enough by the Knights of Galarian to put under lock and key and potentially even prevent, purging procedures when they were infested by the swarm. They wouldn't do so many things if it wasn't something important. But a jar of dirt from Galarian, the missing planet, it seems almost like a fairy tale, something too impossible to truly believe.
Indeed. And, what's going through Garrett's mind at this point is it's like, how the hell are we going to hide the fact that we know what this is from Mr. Glass? And not coming up with a lot of good ideas. He's also probably tinkering with, even though he's not the tech, he's probably playing with the sensors, trying to get any kind of a reading from that might give them some indication of where they are or how to get back.
Where you are, no. But let's make an astronavigation check to see if you can find a path forward. Make a computing check. Oh, wow. With a natural 20. All right. Here are your options. Are you ready for this, Gareth? You got all the options. Okay, so right now you are in the Vast, which, let's see, where are we? I believe we should be somewhere here. There we go. We're somewhere in this area of near space. Hold on, God damn it. Can I change the color of my pings? Ping color. Can I do that? There we go. All right, nice. All right, there we go. So over here, as you can see, can you see text underneath that?
Yeah, I can see it.
Interesting. It's this text.
That's funny.
That's kind of cool. Anyway, so this is where the ship is, somewhere in this vicinity. Okay, now, your astronavigations point you towards several beacons, all right? Your first beacon is over here at Gavinska, the Vesk Empire. The second...
That's a no.
is deep water. Deep water is kind of like a it's kind of like a bunch of aquatic planets and stuff like that. I can't remember whatever the fuck Neil was. Kalos. The Kalos are from around that area. Then you have Ophine. I don't know much about Ophine actually. Let me quickly take a look here. Just let me look up some stuff. Yada yada yada. Not going to give me any information. Nothing about Ophine just yet. Oh, maybe Shadar? Aha, here we go. Yada yada yada. The Shadar Confederacy. Orbits a dim star in the vast. Yada yada yada. Inhabited by people known as the Drelek, who are massive guild humanoids. Interesting. Let me look up Drelek real quick. Oh, the asparagus people. Okay, yep. I gotcha. These are the asparagus people. Okay. You also... Sorry?
Asparagus.
Yes. You also have a beacon back to Galarian. Oh, not Galarian, what am I saying? Back to the Pact Worlds. Absalom Station, thank you, yes. And there's another signal which is drawing you in, and that signal seems to be coming from a place known as Riven Shroud. All right, Riven Shroud is a mostly abandoned Dyson sphere in a remote part of the galaxy. Basically, it was once upon a time a massive space station believed to have housed some of the greatest scientists known to man. But after a terrible catastrophe, the starship and many others fell into what's effectively been playfully called the Siren's Folly. It's basically where, for unknown reasons, starships who go there immediately crash or deactivate, marooning their crews and turning it into one of the largest starship graveyards in the cosmos.
It's like the space Bermuda Triangle.
Yeah, basically.
Yep. Yeah. I don't think we want to go there.
Now you don't. Now here's the crazy bit. Normally there is no signal that's supposed to come from there. So if you ever wanted to get off people's radar, no one would expect you to be there.
Wink, wink, nudge, nudge.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that's over here.
Yeah. So, Merc, you were saying something?
Yeah, before Gareth makes any choices, Merc is going to be heading to his office or the bridge, wherever he's at.
Office is probably close by, so yeah.
Assuming that Garrett's in the office. That's...
Oh, no, he'd be on the bridge.
He's going to Gareth.
Yeah, okay. Yep, he's on the bridge.
Yeah. So Merc will enter the bridge after being done helping Elwyn with everything. And he goes, Captain, we're going to need to talk about this.
Well, that's what Noir and I have been, well, looking at it more than anything else.
We
The
can't
upside
let
is we've got
glass
some
have it.
beacons. Well, I understand I think I understand your approach. We do have a contract. We have a contract with a person who knew everything about us.
About you.
And probably more.
He didn't seem to know anything about me. But that doesn't matter either way. If this is what I firmly believe it to be, it belongs in the hands of the knights.
Well, that is a thing.
It's the only correct option. Now look,
Well,
nobody else on this ship may have a connection to Galarian other than you, me, and Elwyn, with Elwyn being human. However, and I really hate to say this, but this means more to me than it does to the rest of you. Galarian was my home. It is my home.
I understand what you're saying. What I'm trying to figure out is how do we stay alive? We've already got enough scary, pissed off people after us, because if you don't think we're not on the Vesk shit list right now, after that stuff that we pulled, I don't want to be anywhere near them. We're also going to need somebody very powerful to be able to protect us, I think.
And
So,
the knights are probably the only thing who could protect us from the Vesk and glass.
There is one other group that might be able to fit the bill. As you realize, Merc, that there is one other empire that has stood the test of time. One that you are aware of, but have never really explored too deeply. The Aslanti Star Empire. The largest collection of humans who trace their lineage back to Galarian. They are a little power mad, but they have the same intense goal of making sure that human civilization continues.
As Merc says that about the knights, he'll like stop it and go, against my better judgments, there could be one other group that could help us. That would probably be just as enthused about this discovery. The Aslanti Star Empire. I've personally never had any real interaction with them, but if everything I've heard is true, they're named after what was it? The Aslanti Empire was a lost empire on Galarian, right?
It was the Atlanti. So Aslanti. Basically,
Right.
you know about the Thalassian Empire.
Yeah.
They were the humans before them. I guess the TLDR, when humans are actually created as a species, they were designed by Aboleth, basically these aberrant horrors that lived in the ocean, and humans were created to serve them. This was the Aslanti, or the original humans. Eventually, they grew more powerful and had more self-consciousness and self-will than the Aboleth liked, so they dropped a meteorite on their civilization, wiping out the entire empire overnight. The survivors are the ones who followed Zin to the mainland and became Thalassian, and that was the earliest launching platform of humans. Not all Aslanti did that, but, you know, it is a shared origin of humanity.
Right. And Eridan, it was one of them, wasn't he? Or am I...
Eridan was, I believe, yes.
Yeah, because he was... Yeah. So Merc will just tell Gareth what he knows about the Aslanti of his time. If they share the same name, they might be descendants of those same original people.
All right. As Gareth considers this option, we are going to pan away from the ship. As not knowing how to get to the Aslanti Empire, the closest checkpoint that you have to the path that would lead you to the Aslanti is at Riven Shroud. A dangerous quest indeed to undertake. But bear in mind, the Vesk also have a call out for you after invading the Knights of Galarian ship, meaning that you're also on the Knights of Galarian's hit list as well. Plus, if Mr. Glass finds out that you intend to abscond with his gear, he is not going to take that lightly either. A heavy decision weighs upon the captain of the Morning Phoenix, and when we return next week, we shall find out what decision gets made and what future is held for this small and intimate crew of people, and what will become of the Jar of Worms. Find out next time, as we return next week for more fun, action, and adventure in our Starfinder campaign, No Place Like Home. Guys, thank you so much for joining. Thank you so much for listening. My name is Michael. I'm the Dead Aussie Gamer. This is my place. This is my face. And actually, while I remember to, now that that's actually there, let me just very quickly alter our schedule. I thought I did too, but apparently I didn't. I updated it on Twitch. That's what I did. Give me a second. Let me do this real quick. Schedule. Here we go. We got No Place Like Home on Monday, Season of Ghosts on Tuesday. We have Hellbreakers, which is coming up on Fridays, which is another brand new campaign, which you'll be able to find here. We have Tyrant's Grasp on Sunday, and now we have Spore Wars coming on Sunday as well. So there we go. All right, try posting that again, Schooly Eye. If you would be so kind. I mean, I could do it, but, you know, feels right when you do it. There we go. There we go. Fantastic. All updated. So there you go. So that is our schedule. Be sure to come and tune in. And if you want to, don't hesitate to come and join us on the Discord, hang out, chill, unwind, talk all things games and stuff like that. But in the meantime, guys, my name is Michael. I'm the Dead Aussie Gamer. This is my place. This is my face. And until we meet again, stay safe, stay wonderful, be kind to each other because why the fuck not? It's free. And as always, game hard or die trying. Good night, guys.